Welcome back, everybody, to the Gen Extra Podcast. My name is Shamus McNasty. With me, as always, is Bacon. Tonight, we're having an impromptu podcast, and we are going to discuss our top 5 favorite horror films of the 1980s, 70s. I don't think we're going to hit the 90s, but it's going to be right after this. Once again, thanks for joining us. And like I said before the intro, we are going to discuss our top 5 favorite horror films. What do you got first there, Bacon?
Want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go first. Be my guest.
First?
Be my guest.
See, my first pick, these are not in no necessary order. These are just my 5 favorite horror / thriller movies.
How about we do, you go one, I go one. You go one, I go one.
That's fine. We can do that.
All right, let's do that.
I'm gonna start you off with Friday the 13th Part 3.
Why Part 3?
Well, that is the one where Jason actually gets his hockey mask.
Okay.
Before the first movie, you know, it was spoilers. First movie, his mom was killing everybody.
Right.
Second movie, he walked around with a sack on his head the whole time.
Yep.
Third movie, he got the iconic hockey mask that they've used in every movie since.
And if I remember correctly, the third movie was in 3D.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Terrible 3D.
Yes, it was.
Still 3D.
Yep, sure was. It came out in 1982.
Yep.
So I was still a little young to be seeing those type of movies.
Yeah, you said you didn't watch a whole lot of horror movies.
Look, man, I couldn't watch scary movies as a kid.
Yeah.
It didn't start till maybe late middle school, early high school. I started watching scary movies. So.
Okay. Yeah, I've watched scary movies since I could, my whole life.
That's what's wrong with you now.
I know. As far back as I can remember. All right. For me, I have to say my first one, or my number one, is The Exorcist with Linda Blair.
Ooh, pea soup.
You remember Linda Blair in the horrible Hell Night podcast we just covered?
Yeah, we're not going to discuss that Linda Blair. We can talk about the 12-year-old Linda Blair, though.
Yeah, 12-year-old Linda Blair played Reagan. Did I say it was 1979?
You just did.
Okay, I just did. So yeah, Exorcist, the original Exorcist came out in 1979. There's William Peter Blatty wrote the movie, wrote the screenplay, whatever. And as far back as I can remember, that movie scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just seeing like a little girl go through that such a terrible transformation and just spit pea soup everywhere and see such profanity come out of this little 12-year-old girl. It's just ridiculous.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've seen this movie all the way through.
Well, we'll have to watch it again.
I seen the one that came out years later, early 2000s. That was the prequel.
Oh, it was a prequel. Yeah, that was not good either.
I saw that, but I don't think I've ever seen the full Exorcist all the way through.
Okay,
I'll check it out.
Well, yeah, we'll sit down and watch it.
Check it out.
What you got for number 2?
I'll give you Halloween, the first Halloween movie back in 1978.
All right.
Just because it's Michael Myers.
Yeah.
I mean,
John Carpenter.
Well,
John Carpenter.
Yeah, this is true. But I mean, it's the first appearance of good old Mikey, man, the one that you can't kill.
Yep.
You know.
And John Carpenter played the music for that.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I used to have that. I want to know how many people had that as a ringtone back in the day when we had Razor phones.
When you were first able to get a ring, like a noise,
specific
ringtone on your phone.
Razor phones or the Nokias that didn't break.
Yep. All right. My number 2 is going to be it's Salem's Lot, Stephen King's Salem's Lot. It wasn't necessarily a movie. It was a miniseries on television. It was I think it was like an hour long for 4 days.
Okay.
So it takes forever to watch it. But I remember when my dad would play that movie, it'd be on the TV. And I remember leaving the room at one point to go get some Oreos and milk out of the kitchen and coming back. And my dad had flicked through the channels and turned it on. And I saw in the reflection from the window back to the TV that he had turned it on, and I would not come in the room.
Yeah.
That movie scared the shit out of me. It's just the way they made. I think they called him he was the vampire, he was the lead vampire, the big blue guy. I think they called him the Master.
Okay.
In that, but the way they made him look, like just the bald head, blue, and the pointy, sharp teeth, and the eyes. Just, oh,
that'd be another movie I haven't seen all the way through.
We have to have a marathon
one of these days. I mean, I've seen bits and pieces, you know, because they used to show movies on Channel 50 or Channel 20.
Screenfest.
Yep, saw bits and pieces, but you know. My next pick, I'm gonna give you the original, the first Nightmare on Elm Street. Okay. It came out back in 1984.
Right.
This movie is the movie that broke me free of the stigma of being scared of scary movies.
Why's that?
My older brother, my half brother, made me sit down and watch this movie with him when I was little, even though I didn't want to. And he did nothing but crack jokes through the whole movie.
Oh, yeah.
And I laughed all the way through the movie.
Yeah.
I ain't been scared of a damn scary movie since.
Well, that's good. Good way to get over it. I was a terrible big brother. I remember sitting down with my little brother and watching Harry and the Hendersons. You remember Harry and the Hendersons? This is a quick story. Sitting down with my brother, I was in my teens, 15 maybe, 14 maybe. Sitting down with my little brother and we're watching Harry and the Hendersons. And at the end of the movie, when Harry goes back up into the mountains and he's leaving and walking away with the rest of his big feet family.
Spoilers.
My little brother is just like intensely watching Harry walk away. So I look at my little brother and I'm like, he's going away and he's never, ever, ever coming back. You're never going to see him again. And he looked at me and just broke out crying.
You suck.
I'm a terrible big brother.
You suck.
I think we're past that, though. I think we're past it.
The one scene in Nightmare on Elm Street that I'll still remember to this day, other than Johnny Depp getting sucked into the bed.
Oh, that's a great scene.
Was at the end.
Oh, I know where you're going.
And the kids drive off. Mom's on the porch waving goodbye. Freddie reaches his hand through a window.
Little bitty window.
About this big, bro. Reaches his hand through and pulls Mom through that window.
Whole body through a 10 by 10 square inch.
I died laughing. My brother cracking jokes through that whole movie. I died laughing through that, man. That was great.
Well, you overcame your fears.
Well, he helped.
That's good. All right, my number. What are we on? We're on threes, right?
It'd be your third.
My third.
Your third.
My number 3 is going to be An American Werewolf in London. It came out in 1981, and one of the main reasons why I love that movie is because there's some hysterical one-liners in it. There's a great one-liner where the lead character, I can't remember his name, he's looking in a mirror and his dead friend's ghost shows up behind him and he goes, "You look like a meatloaf, Jack," or something like that, because he's all like torn up and bloody and stuff like that. He's like, "You look like a meatloaf." I don't know. I thought it was hilarious.
Your boy did the makeup for that movie, right? One of your idols.
Yeah, Rick Baker.
Rick Baker.
That's one of the reasons why I love this movie so much is Rick Baker did the makeup effects, and they were all practical effects. They weren't none of the CGI or anything like that.
It was the 80s.
They actually had masks and they actually developed new techniques to get like the face to elongate and stuff like that, and the hair to come out of the hands and the hands to actually stretch.
Right.
I just loved it.
Let's see.
4. Your number 4.
My number 4. I'm gonna give you Christine.
Oh, Stephen King
from 1983. That movie never scared me per se.
Yeah.
But I loved it as a thriller.
It's a car.
It's a possessed car. To this day, I still love that movie.
I know. It's a beautiful car.
Oh, it's a lovely car.
It's a beautiful car. I wish I had that car. I don't care how obsessed it is.
Didn't we post something about that?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. I thought so.
Is that what you got to say about Christine?
I love it.
Yeah.
That's one of the movies I won't skip if it's on TV.
Yeah, it got some decent oldies music in it.
Yeah, it does.
It's always playing oldies on the car.
On the radio. Yeah, it does.
Oh, wasn't there some like breakout actors in that movie? I can't remember who's in it. Well, the lead guy, wasn't there somebody else in that movie? Oh, you know who was in that movie? The guy that sold him Christine,
the old guy.
The old guy was the old neighbor from Home Alone.
Oh, that's right. You did tell me that. Yeah, you did tell me that.
What was the guy's name? I don't know his real name, but in the Home Alone, no.
I couldn't tell you.
All the neighborhood kids were afraid of him.
Yeah. Wasn't nothing wrong with that guy. What's your fourth pick?
My number 4 is Creepshow. Once again, another Stephen King movie.
I like that one.
If anybody doesn't know what Creepshow is a series of like short little scary stories.
It's like almost like an anthology.
Yeah, it's they almost the way they put it is like a Creepshow was like a comic.
Yeah,
like a horror comic.
Originally wasn't it?
Maybe, I don't know. I never really looked into it. But even in the movie, they make it look like a comic, and each story that they show is something from that comic.
Yeah.
And once again, there's some great one-liners in that movie, and just like every other Stephen King movie, Stephen King makes an appearance.
He did.
He plays the old farmer who finds the meteor.
That's right.
And the one-liner I love is he's going down and he dumps the water on the meteor, and the meteor breaks apart and it's oozing all this stuff out of it, and he touches it and he goes, "Ooh, meteor shit."
Good Stephen King, man.
Good Stephen King. Ted Danson was in that movie.
Yes,
early Ted Danson.
Yeah, before Cheers.
Leslie Nielsen.
Was he? That's right.
Leslie Nielsen played the guy that buried Ted Danson. Remember?
That's right. There's a lot of cameos in that movie.
Yep. What do you got? Number 5. We're almost at the end.
Well, for my last one, I'm going with Poltergeist. 1982.
Great movie.
Nah, this movie scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw enough of this movie as a kid to where I didn't watch it until I wasn't scared of scary movies anymore. The scene where the clown pulls the little brother under the bed.
Yep.
The scene where the little girl's just saying they're here. She's touching the TV screen. They're here.
Yep.
The scene. What's his name? The dad.
Yeah.
What was the dad's name? Can't remember the guy's name.
I don't know. I can't. Yeah,
when he realized that they moved the tombstones, but they never moved the graves.
Yeah.
Grabbed him when he was shaking the shit out of him.
Yeah.
You moved the tombstones, but you never moved the graves.
Yeah.
The graves was popping up in the swimming pool that wasn't completely built yet.
Craig T. Nelson.
Coach.
Yes.
Coach. Craig T. Nelson.
Yep.
But yeah, that's definitely still one of my favorite movies.
Yeah. The ones the Poltergeist following the first one, they were terrible.
No, they weren't that great at all. Didn't she die before?
I don't really remember much of the second one, but the third one was terrible because they moved into like an apartment building.
Yes.
Yeah, and she died shortly after the actual little girl that played Carol Ann passed away. I think shortly after that movie.
Look into the light.
Moving on. My number 5 is going to be Fright Night.
Ooh.
1985 Fright Night. With
good old Marcy Darcy.
Yeah, from Married with Children. Yes. Chris Sarandon, Susan Sarandon's brother, I believe.
Uncle, cousin, nephew,
brother. I'm pretty sure it's his brother.
Probably a brother.
But yeah, I just love that movie because it's like it just gives you that feel of a classic horror movie. Vampires, crosses.
That was one of the ones that scared me as a kid. Yeah, definitely.
Yep. Some good one-liners in that one too.
You and your one-liners.
I love one-liners in movies.
One-liners.
I haven't even been drinking tonight yet.
Yeah.
Well, I don't drink anyway. I don't know why I said yet.
Because you're gonna drink tonight.
I'm not gonna drink. I'm gonna drink my Arizona iced tea.
He's got some wine in the back, folks.
I don't.
He's got some wine in the back.
Yes, but Fright Night, number 5, 1985. That's my number 5. There was a sequel, I think, a couple.
Fright Night 2,
which was terrible.
Most sequels usually
you gotta stop doing sequels to movies.
Most sequels
are.
No, I've got an honorable mention.
Okay.
One that didn't make my top 5, but it's worth mentioning.
Okay.
Pet Semetary, the original.
Stephen King again. Came out in 1989. Okay. I remember going to the movies and seeing Stephen King.
I remember seeing the second one at the movies. It was at the drive-in
with Edward Furlong.
Yep. That one was terrible.
It wasn't that good
again
either.
with the bad sequels, but the first one was good.
Yeah, I love the first one.
You know, I have to give that an honorable mention.
Yeah, I know it was a scary movie, but there was one scene in that movie where I got to bring it up. We talked about it earlier. I got to bring it up.
No fair.
No fair. And the little boy,
Gage.
Was it the dad like shot him with the drug to kill him?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it just tore me up.
No fair.
I can't feel too bad because he killed Fred Gwynn. Why are you gonna kill Fred Gwynn?
Fred Gwynn?
Herman Munster.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
I think it's Fred Gwynn. Also played the judge in My Cousin Vinny.
The two Utes?
The two Utes. What's a Ute?
The two Utes.
We're way off topic again.
You know what happens.
It happens. I'll give them. I got an honorable mention once again. Again, a Stephen King movie. Well, once again, not a Stephen King movie. Miniseries, and it.
Okay.
It didn't really.
That was.
I know it scared a lot of people because it got the freaky.
That was
clown
a 2-night event.
Was it only 2 nights?
I think it was 2 nights. I could be wrong. I
thought it was more than that.
I could be wrong. It might have been 4 nights.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was.
But I remember it. I'm Tim Curry.
Tim Curry.
Love
Tim Curry. Rocky Horror Picture Show. Great actor. Yeah, that movie scared a lot of people, but it didn't really scare me. I just liked the story. Again,
yeah, it didn't scare me. Yeah,
horror type film.
The remake was
the remakes were good.
Great,
yeah, first and second one.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're working on a third. I could be wrong.
I think I read somewhere that Stephen King might be writing a sequel to the It book.
Okay.
So that may give us another movie somewhere down the line.
Hopefully, it has nothing to do with the actual book.
10 years down the line.
Yeah, the actual book was.
Well, the
made
ending,
no sense with the
ending of the book made no sense.
Yeah, with the big turtle.
It was more cosmic than anything.
Yeah. Well, that was our top 5 horror films between Bacon and I. We're not going to do any ratings night now.
Well, it goes without saying these movies, considering they're my favorite movies, it goes without saying they're rated within that 4 or 5 bacon slice range.
I say the same thing. 4 or 5 Lucky Charms, 4-leaf clover.
Yeah, I mean that's automatic. So yeah, there's your ratings if you really wanted one.
That's it for tonight's podcast. I know it was short, but I hope you enjoyed. Please stay tuned for another episode of the Gen Extra podcast. Please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, and we'll see you next time.